Hey guys, Six here, going to give you game number 3 from the Dogsi number 5 finals. Here in the northern position, we do have the purple Zerg, Moonglade, facing off against the red Protoss GGs, as the map is going to be Metalopolis, and the players have spawned in cross positions. This Overlord should be heading over to the right side to confirm that Az is not there. And in the last game, we did see Az manage to use some Colossi and Void Rays to take down the Corruptors and the Hydras, and taking down those Hydras very, very quickly with those Colossi. It was allowed the Void Rays just to wreak havoc on the rest of the units, as those Corruptors were busy trying to take down the Colossi in time. However, they were not able to in that instance. So the series currently does stand at 1-1, all tied up right now. So are we going to be able to see Az ride the momentum and take out a second game from Glade, or are we going to see a back and forth sort of recovery from Mr. Glade? Yeah. And if you did manage to see those little vision radii on the minimap just then, you would have spotted that the Overlord nor the probe spotted each other. However, it does look like that this probe will be able to scout the correct way, and Glade does catch a glimpse of that probe, so he should know cross position if he did indeed scout that. However, it doesn't really matter. This drone is being sent to confirm that Glade has not indeed spawned at the close ground positions, the proxy positions. So both players are now very well notified of the spawning locations, and this gateway is just getting up right now. A simulator being thrown out a little bit late, but no problem, as he's just trying to squeeze out a couple of extra probes. Actually not producing probes at the moment. Going to be saving up for a pylon, trying to get this pylon down to block the hatch, and there is the pylon. A bit of better positioning than last time on Shakur's plateau. The pylon he put down in that last game did not actually block the hatchery. However, it does look like that this time that pylon is in an optimal position, forcing Glade to go pull first and gas. So it looks like we will be having an early Speedling build, or possibly transition into Roaches. Baneling's not so good against the Protoss units. And Glade just going to be positioning his Overlords here in the airspace, I believe, on the western side. And another one somewhere else, possibly also in that gap, just to cover the entirety of that gap. And here we do see that Glade is opting to steal the gas of Mr. Az, possibly try and delay some Void Rays or Robotech, as you kind of do need both geysers in order to support Robo units and Stargate units. Water. And the Cybernetics Core does look like it's going to be fishing right now. But I do like this pylon placement right here. It is able to just power a little bit of the Cyber Core. Not sure if that would actually count. I don't believe it would. But some good positioning anyway. You can warp down units on the low ground and also on the ramp. This Zealot should be heading over here to the whole position quite soon. And these Overlords still racing to get into position. However, it does look like Az has indeed put down a proxy gateway just to delay this hatchery even further. So annoying, so obnoxious. And it does look like the gateway is going to be focused down beforehand. It does get cancelled in time, and the pylon goes down. We should expect to see that hatchery being built very, very soon. And there is the hatch. The first queen is already out. It looks like it is going to be waddling down to the expansion whilst the second queen is being built. Actually, no, it's going to save energy, put down a creep tumor, then waddle on down to metal block boost. It's just about halfway finished right now. And if you look at the mini-map, all these Zerglings are going out to scout everywhere. I do love this scouting, spotting for any sort of cannons, any pylons that they can take off and possibly supply cap the Protoss. And here we do have a probe has been spotted and should be bracketed by these Zerglings very soon. Run, probe, run. No, you... Oh! That was cool. If you were that probe, and like... I was just thinking of Tron with the light cycles. Anyway, don't worry about me. This Zergling should be able to take it down once every, like, 6 bounds, I think. But Metabolic Boost has just finished. It's just finishing. And so that probe died. And it does look like that Az is actually going for a very, very fast Nexus. A couple of gateways and a Forge. Cybernetics Core, Warp Gates is almost finished. However, it does look like that Glade is going to be putting on a huge Speedling push right here. This might be the end of the game right here, people. There are a lot of Speedlings right now. Should be able to wrap its way around. This cannon is not up quite yet. Some nice force fields actually trapping the Zealot in. However, it doesn't look like this Nexus is going to take some serious damage. The force field actually working against himself. He needs to warp in some units desperately and to be able to defend this. And here we go. Oh, is the Nexus going to go down? It looks like it will manage to be sniped off, before being able to be put to use, and the Nexus does go down that force field, just so critical. He stopped units from getting into his main. However, I think it would have been more beneficial if those units were on the low ground before force fielding the ramp. He just trapped himself in right there, getting up another sentry at the moment and trying to pick up this scouting overload before it manages to see the robo. However, it does look like he will spot it. He will spot the robo, and here we do have the first observer being credit boosted out. So Az is currently quite behind. His expansion is a little bit delayed. He just sunk 400 minerals for nothing. Just nice little pressure from Glade, seizing the opportunity to take down the Nexus. And here we do have quite an early lair. No second gas at the moment. Actually, we do have a second gas on the way. A very curious play. He always takes one from the expansion and one from the main, possibly just to even out the resource lifetime. And second queen is up. Nice little spine crawler here. Gonna try and guard the ramp. Some nice speedlings. Brilliant creep spread as well. A couple of creep tumors right here. So nothing much happening at the moment. This observer gonna go in and try and spot some tech. However, the lair should just be finishing right now. So we should see what tech path that Glade will be going for this game. However, it does look like, for the time being at least, he's just going to be sticking with a lot of speedlings. Burrow is on the way, as well as Glider Constitution, so we should be seeing some roaches on the field quite soon. And this one speedling is going to be coming in here, taking a look at the army composition, and he doesn't see much, to be honest, but some choice force fields would be able to isolate all of this army. Upgrade is on the way, +1 ground weapons for the Protoss. Getting up his third and fourth geysers, and here comes the speeding pressure. Ooh, just poking in there a little bit. Just going to be taking a look, and 10 drones being put in for Glade in production. So just a testament to how comfortable he feels with the situation at the moment. Would not be surprised at all to see him put up a third expansion quite soon to this northern side, just because in the past games we have been able to see him take quite a fast third, and actually he opts to take the high yield, as does spot this. In the past games we have seen him take a third very quickly, especially when he is able to inflict some early economic damage. But yeah, he's choosing to take this high yield instead of the safer faraway expansion. However, this will allow him to sort of attack easier as he's expanding towards his opponent. He does not have to worry about as many flank attacks. For example, if he expanded here, then he would have to guard this entrance, but then he would also have to be worried about counterattacks to the center, whereas in this positioning he kind of only has to guard here, and then he can quickly dart left or right to protect his own main. And with some adequate creep spread, he should be able to spot this area. But on Az's side of things, we actually do see double Stargate. This Overseer is able to spot it. +1 air weapons is on the way as well. Just content to drone up, but the Hydralisk Den is just finishing now. So some good timing by Glade, and getting up those tunneling claws as well. However, Az does have a cannon at the expansion currently, so he will be able to spot them. But it's always good to get the burrow movement, just in case it does help you seize opportunities and punish any early expansions that don't really quite have detection at them yet. It does look like Az will be gearing up to take another base, as he has spotted this center base. However, if he doesn't put on some pressure soon, things are going to go very badly for him, as those high yield minerals will be able to give a very early advantage for Mr. Glade. Going to be putting up his third expansion right here, but Glade very cleverly burrows a Zergling underneath. This does not allow you to build a Nexus here. And I'm going to sip some more water. Group Spines is on the way, as well as some missile attacks. And we do have the first two Void Rays on the way. A Mortal halfway done, being chrono boosted out actually. And yeah, just constantly producing out of these two gateways as well. So 2 gateway, Robo, double Stargate. Yeah, you can fund that off 2 bases. Mainly, the general rule of thumb is that you can fund either 4 gateways. Oh, this Immortal's stuck. You can fund 4 gateways, but a tech building, meaning a Robo or Stargate, is the equivalent of 2 gateways, I would believe. So 2 gates Robo, 2 gates Stargate is quite realistic. Yeah, which is a bit curious, as sometimes you see 3 gate Robo, and that's a little bit tougher to fund. You generally need to cut some units or produce just like sentries and zealots. But it does look like Glade's positioning is going to be very good here, having a speeding at almost every single expansion that Az would expand to, and even borrowing some Zerglings there just to force him to build an Observer. And it does look like he is going to be staying on top of his upgrades, getting up the armor upgrade. And the army actually needs to take down this gateway to get the Immortal out. Should be rebuilding a couple more gateways. There we go. So he's going to be sitting on 5 gates, 2 Stargates, one robot. And these roaches actually managing to cancel off this Nexus. The cubes there of the warped in Nexus left in disarray. And he will be forced to rebuild that. Look at his minerals so high right now. And these roaches will be borrowing how